Hey all, this is Sorcerer. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're all doing well, and I hope you can hear me a little better too. I changed up my microphone placement a little bit, so yeah. Um, Tonight I kind of wanted to do a little comparison of some Hex or Sandbox generators that I have. I'm getting ready to start a couple different hex crawls. One just solo myself playing, and then one with the group that I am GMing. We're gonna be playing some old school essentials, I think. So, all right, let's see what we got. I have two pretty well or pretty popular sandbox generators here. One is the D30 Sandbox Companion by New Big Dragon. I got this on print, I think from Lulu. It's pretty cool. I think we're going to go through this one last. And then I have the Sandbox Generator. This is pretty popular. I see this everywhere. I think I got this on Amazon. And at least right now, I think I saw that there is some new content for this that the creator released, and I think it's $1 or $2 on Drive-Thru RPG. The additional content, and then another one is very popular, but for a different reason, not necessarily for the hex crawl or hex generator, and that's Shadowdark here. I think we're going to actually start with Shadowdark um, and then go through the rest of them. So let's see here. I went ahead and just drew in some hexes. I think I want to generate a patch of hexes this size for each of the generators that I'm talking about. This one up here is for the D30 sandbox. It operates a little differently than the other two, and we'll get there when we get there. But let us start. Hopefully you can see the pen and ink okay. On the left here, we're going to be, I'll use this one for Shadowdark. And then this one will be the Sandbox Generator. All right, I played a little bit of Shadowdark. I'm kind of on the fence about it. It's okay, but I think it's pretty useful, at least, that if you are running Shadowdark, that it has a bunch of these generators here in the back. So let's see. To begin an overland hex map, roll or choose a starting terrain. So we'll do that. Let me get my dice out. Looks like I need 2d6, 1d8, and a d20. Okay, so we're just going to go completely random here. And let's see, hex terrain. So let's see, that comes out to 10. It'll be a river or coast. So I'm just going to be using, let's see, using the first letter for each of these. Not much of a drawer or illustrator. So let's see. Okay, so river or coast. I'm gonna say coast. And then we'll just start from the center here. I'll say river. Okay, and each time the characters, okay, so that's when you're actually playing at the table. I'm just gonna fill in this whole patch here right away. Treat steps on the hex terrain table as a circular loop. jump back to the beginning. If you roll a new hex result, that would count you off the chart. So I think it's talking about the danger level here. Oh no. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so for each hex, roll 1d6. On a 1, the hex has a point of interest. If you roll a cataclysm, use the table below. Okay. And these are the point of interests, and then we got some settlement names as well. So, all right, put that cap over there, and let's get going. So let's see so we have a new hex, so we're going to see if we have a point of interest, and we do right off the bat. So let's roll a d20 to see what that is. 19 is a barbarian camp. And the development is hiding with a great hiding a great treasure. So let's see if I can barb camp. Okay, all right, so let's see what our new hex is going to be. It's a 10, so according to this, it's the current terrain plus 2 steps. Oh, I forgot to do that. So let's remember we got a 10, but for the danger level here, let's roll 1d6, and it is a danger level of 5, which is risky. So I'm gonna probably can't read that, but I'm gonna try to put the danger levels down below here. And actually, let me zoom in a bit. Hopefully that's okay. It might be a little blurry. My apologies. Okay, so we got a 10. That means current terrain plus 2 steps. I think we're just going to go around here clockwise from the top. So it's going to be river, and then plus 2 steps here. Since it's risky, it'll be deadly, and then back up around to safe. All right, roll. There's not going to be a, what do they call it here? Point of interest, since we rolled a 4. So let's keep on going around. New hex is going to be, that'll be 5. So I think we just rolled same as current terrain. So it's going to be a river, and it's going to be safe. So let's see if there's a point of interest. There's not. All right, next hex is going to be 8, which we have same as current terrain. Okay. River, safe. Now I kind of suspected that this was going to be a little invariant in terms of the type of topography that you get, but we'll see that we're only 4 hexes in. All right, danger. Oh no, we got the danger level, but we need to see if there is a point of interest. We got a 4, so no point of interest. All right, let's roll. We got a 3, so new hex is going to be current terrain plus 1 step. So river, and instead of safe, we have unsafe. And then in Shadowdark, the danger levels, they pertain, or what will happen with the danger levels is you roll more often or less often for encounters, depending on if it's safe or risky or deadly or what have you. All right, so is there a point of interest? We got a 1, so there is. Okay, good. Another 19, so let's re-roll that. We got a 1, which is a small tower. Okay. Small tower, and I wonder if there's any like tower generators. I don't think there is, but I won't spend too much time on that. Yeah, I don't remember seeing any tower generators. That's too bad. Okay, let's go on to this next hex here. We got an 11, which will give us the current terrain plus 11, plus 2 steps. So we got a river. It was unsafe, and 2 steps up will be deadly. So deadly. And let's see if there's a point of interest. There's not. Okay. We got an 8, which gives us a same as the current terrain. Okay, so we got another river, deadly, point of interest. We do have a point of interest. Okay, so I was hoping to see some other terrain, but so according to this, on a 12 we can roll a new terrain, a new hex terrain here. But we'll just see where this goes. Got a 3. So the point of interest we have is a natural landmark. I don't think there was a landmark generator in here either. Oh look, river and coast. I think these are just encounters. Yeah, these are encounters here. That's too bad. Okay. So what was that? A natural landmark. So I'll just write that down. Nat land. Okay. And we'll continue here at the topmost hex. Got an 8, which is same as current terrain. I'm just going to spell dead instead of deadly. Is there a point of interest? There is not. Okay, onto this terrain here, or that hex there. A 10, which comes out to current terrain plus 2 steps. River, and this was deadly, so it'll loop around to, excuse me, unsafe. Point of interest, there is. All right, 17. Cave formation, controlled by a malevolent sorcerer. That could be fun, but there's no. I guess there is a dungeon map generator here in Shadowdark, so that could be used for cave. All right, so we'll go here. 9, which brings us to current terrain plus 2 steps. River, unsafe, 2 steps up will be deadly again. So pretty dangerous riverlands here, or coastlands. I guess these can go either way. We don't have a point of interest, so we're going to go down. Ooh, we almost had a new hex. Terrain type 11 is going to be current terrain. Plus 2 steps will bring us back to unsafe. Point of interest. Ooh. That one went off the table there. Let's re-roll that. No point of interest. Okay. 7 comes out to same as current terrain, unsafe. No point of interest. Okay. I got a 6. I'm going to keep the book kind of off to the side here so I don't keep moving it back and forth. 6 comes out to same as current terrain, which is unsafe. There's no point of interest. 5, same as current terrain. Yeah, so definitely statistics will tell us that we are to be expecting the same terrain for each new hex. And okay, point of interest. We don't have one. Next terrain here, or next hex here, is 6 is going to be the same as current terrain. And save, and see if there's a point of interest. There's not. Okay, next 4, that's different. Oh no, nope. That's still going to be same. Point of interest, no point of interest. Okay, we're closing out the patch here. This is going to be same, and no point of interest. Second to last hex there is going to be 9, which will be current terrain plus 2 steps. So that'll be deadly. And no point of interest. Okay, last hex here. 6, which will give us same. At least, come on, let's hope for a point of interest. We don't get one. So, nothing's stopping us from changing the hex type on our own or adding a point of interest as we see fit here. And yeah, there's nothing stopping us from doing that, but I really like the random aspect of these generators, but I'm kind of disappointed in what we got here. There's, the danger level is whatever. This is obviously a very dangerous patch of hexes here, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different points of interest here. And that's not a whole lot. I mean, it's stuff to explore for sure, but they're not very interesting. Like the cave can be interesting. The small tower definitely can be interesting. Barbarian camp, yeah, that can be interesting. The natural landmark is whatever. I would argue that there should probably be some kind of natural landmark in all of these. It's not just, river or coastland, the same for each hex. So, I'm kind of not digging this, but we'll see. We'll see what the others bring. I know that the D30 Sandbox Generator might be similar in the respect of having one whole chunk of hexes as the same kind of terrain, but I think it approaches it in a different way, and it purposely does that. But let's move on to the Sandbox Generator. Yeah, one thing that I thought was that I'm not really confused about, but that I don't so much like, is that this book defines their hexes as 2 miles across, whereas most hexes in OSR games are 6 miles across. And that's not to say that 2 miles across is a bad idea, but yeah, I'm not sure. It just seems a little small. But also there's nothing stopping us from saying that each of the hexes are going to be 6 miles, which I think I would do anyway. This has a key with pictures, and if I were to draw these, they might look a little similar to each other. So I'm just going to use the same idea as the Shadowdark hex map here, where I'm just going to put the first letter of each of these different types of terrains. Okay, biomes. The starting hex. All right, let's just dive in. Get a starting hex. These are going to be D10 rolls. Okay. A 10 is mountain. Very nice, mountain. Okay. And actually, let's see here. Do we have to do anything? Okay, features, next hexes. Oh, I see. Okay, so we got our starting hex. So let's see here. We're gonna try to get a next, or we are going to get a next hex. Actually, hold on, I think. Um, oh, okay, I see. So for all the following hexes, roll on this table and subtable. Got it, okay. Okay, so to keep me from going back and forth between pages, I think I'm gonna get all the terrain types first for this patch, and then come back and see the features for each of them. I think that might be a little more streamlined. All right, so next hex is here. It's going to be another D10 roll, and we're going to go around like we did with Shadowdark's generator. Okay, so 2 is going to give us same as previous hex, and it actually 1 through 5 is going to be same as previous hex. So this will be mountain. 8 is going to be hills. We already got some variants here. 9 is a marsh. I have M for mountain here, so I'm going to say there's not a swamp, so I'm going to say marsh is actually a swamp, just to avoid some confusion. 3, same as previous hex. So we got some swampy mountains coming up. 9 is actually marsh or swamp. So there we go. 10 is mountains. Okay. And we'll jump here to the top. 7 is forest. So we're definitely getting a lot more variance, which I like a lot. 4 is going to be same. 10 is going to be mountains again. 7 is forest. Excuse me. Another 7. Another 7. Gotta change up my dice. All right, another 7. 10 is mountain. 3 is same as previous hex. Ooh, that one went right off the screen. 6 is different. 6 is grasslands. And 8 is hills. Okay. So check it out. I mean, definitely a big difference here. And I think I have some color pencils that I'm going to go ahead and color in to see some difference. Sorry if you have color blindness, but yeah, that just helps me to differentiate. Okay, so let's see the features. We're going to start back at the center and then wind our way around again. And look, actually, so that's a 4. So this is a settlement. Settle. Okay, so we can see here that already, like, each of these hexes is going to have something interesting. Either a landmark, settlement, layer, or dungeon. And then for each of these, I believe there are there are sub tables in here for actually fleshing out the landmarks. And oh yeah, settlements. Okay, so I think for each one, like it even goes pretty deep into the type of settlement, like what's in a hamlet or village. That's awesome. Cities, abbeys. Okay, so yeah, all right. I like this a lot. I don't know how deep I want to drill into it tonight, since I'm just kind of testing things out. but I'll at least roll for a settlement, or the type of settlement. 6 is going to give us an abbey. So I guess one thing that we are missing here is the danger level. It might be in the book further, but it's at least not immediately visible. Okay, so we have an abbey, and if we wanted to, we can flesh it out a little more. So, oh, towers. Oh, look, see, we could use the towers here. The towers generator for Shadowdark. Name. Oh, nice. It has saints that could be associated with the abbey, monks, nuns. Oh, this has got it all. Okay. Name. Let's just see what we get. Roll 1d10. 7. Sacred Heart. Hey, I think that Sacred Heart Hospital from Scrubs. They might have been a Scrubs fan. Good show. All right, anyway, let's go around and see what we get for the features. So for this 6, we get a dungeon. Dungeon in a mountain. Nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna flesh it out. I'm just gonna see what the overall topography would look like. And yeah, so let's see. This is gonna be landmark. Now I will, since I saw the landmark page here, I will roll to see what kind of landmark that's going to be. First roll in this table to see what kind of landmark. It's going to be artificial. Oh look, and it dives a little deeper here. I'm going to need a d6 and a d10. Table 5, travel, border walks. Border walks. Okay. Well, you'd have to flesh that out. I'm not sure what that would be, but all right. Another dungeon. Dungeon in a swamp this time. Okay. 3 is going to be another landmark, and let's go ahead and roll what that would be. So it would be a natural landmark, and on table 4, result 3 is a chasm. Oops. All right, next. 4 is a settlement. What kind of settlement? A city. Cool. In the mountains, we're going to have another settlement, and it'll be an abbey. There are a lot of abbeys. And then, so, maybe the abbey is part of the city, or they're contesting some land. Maybe this is a previous holy site. I'm not sure. All right, let's go up to the top here. 2, another landmark, which will be a natural landmark. Oh, another table 4, geology, and result 9 is going to be a pit. What's in the pit? I don't know. Okay. 1 is going to be another landmark. So let's roll this again. That'll be unnatural or artificial. Table 3, result 1 is going to give us a ruin, an abandoned tavern. Okay. Okay, now in the forest, 5, a layer. And then, let's see, there's a layer generator in here, I believe. Let's just see what that would give us here. layers. There's a procedure. I don't really want to read that right now. Oh, look, it actually generates the monster layer. Oh, and a dungeon generator. Okay, cool. I was hoping that, oh look, faction encounter in a hex with layer. Okay, yeah, if we see, I saw factions in here, random encounters. Oh look, so in the forest we can maybe use this table here. Maybe it's a goblin layer or dryad layer, werewolf layer. So that's useful that that's there. Okay, we're just going to go to the next hex. 3, it's going to be a landmark, and we'll see what kind of landmark it is. Let's see, that'll be, I forgot what that would be. 4 gives us artificial, table 4, result 5 gives us a hunting tower. Cool. Two, landmark. So let's do the same thing here. Result 10 for a 6, 6. Oh, so it's going to be magical. Table 6 is strange phenomena. Ooh, whispers in the wind. That is ominous. I'm gonna mark this as a star for something magical. Whispers in the wind. Wonder what's causing those whispers. Okay, next hex. Landmark 557. So it'll be artificial, table 5, result 7. A signboard. What does the signboard tell us? Maybe something about the whispers in the wind. Result 2 is another landmark. Table, so that's natural. Table 4, result 1. Geology, animal-shaped rock. Animal rock. Okay, next hex. 5. It's a layer, I believe. Yes, layer. Three is another landmark. This will be natural. Table 6, result 1. Table 6, result 1 is a ford. Okay, there's some water around. 4, that'll give us a settlement. What kind? Another abbey. I might, I'm just going to go with the randomness, but that's, it's a lot of abbeys here. Maybe they're rival abbeys. Okay, 2 more hexes to go. 1 is another landmark. It's natural. Table 5, result 9. Table 5, result 9 is a set of stone stairs. Where do they lead? Maybe to the mountain? Stone stairs. Last hex. A settlement, and it will be a village. Okay. So this, you can see it has so much more character already than what we saw here with Shadowdark. Not to diss on Shadowdark or anything, like I said earlier, it's really not my jam. And I think it might suffer from one of those, like, it's got a large quantity of things in the book, but they might not be the most quality of things. Really, we don't need to You know, this is all Riverlands, so this is just gonna be blue. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Just real messy to see some difference between our results here. And then after I finish coloring this in, then I'll go ahead and take a look at the D30 Sandbox Companion. And that's one that I've been really interested to use. I haven't used any of these, but that one really caught my eye for some reason. So cool. Riverlands, I don't know if you can see the color or not, but I need to upgrade my camera there. All right, so do we have anything blue here? There's a Ford there, but that's not necessarily blue. Okay, so what do we got? I have brown here. I'm gonna do the swamps brown, or they're supposed to be marshes, I guess, if you go by the book, but same difference. Okay, I think that's it. Mountains, I'll do red. And who knows, like, the designer for Shadowdark obviously put the results in the 2d6. Well, they obviously used a 2d6 table instead of a 1d6 table for a reason, that being to have the bell curve or Gaussian curve, however you want to call it, match a certain design pattern that they had in mind in terms of the results that you would get for the next hex and so on and so forth. And where you have you don't have a distribution here for the sandbox generator, you just have an equal, well, almost equal chance for same hex, kind of. No, okay, no, I take that back, because 1 through 5 gives you the same hex as you had previously. So really you have a 6 in 10 chance of getting the same hex type, terrain type, because you have 1 through 5 giving you the same hex, and then you of course have, if the previous hex you have was the hills and then you rolled an 8, well, you know, it's going to be the same hex anyway. But there's a lot more variance here. Okay, sorry, let's keep on going here. I'll do hills, yellow. Grasslands, green. And then do a lighter green for the forest. Should have done it opposite, where the lighter green is the grasslands, but too late. Okay. All right, so that's that. Keep these over to the side, and let's flip this over. Make sure you can see that okay. This is going to be D30 Sandbox Companion. All right, so this, I had mentioned it was going to be a little different than the rest of them because, oh look, so another cool thing is this companion comes with their own sheets. There's one for their own custom sheet, sorry. There's one for hex crawl, settlement worksheet, NPC worksheet, record sheet. This is nice. Definitely very cool to have. But oh yeah, look, it has their own mapping key, little icons, and also more detailed icons. But let's see. Yeah, I was reading that there was a direct quote here. Yeah, the random generation of realistic terrain is too complicated for paper and dice. Even basic attempts would take too much work for unsatisfactory results. The DM should choose a primary terrain type for each Atlas level hex, which is, if you can see it, this big hex here, which would be these border lines here. And then roll for each sub-hex, which this is 30, the whole big hex is 36 miles across, and then each one of these little hexes is 6 miles across. So instead of choose something, adventure generator, that's nice. Weather, it's pretty intense weather table. Getting lost. Natural features, okay, by terrain type. Instead of picking one, I'm gonna roll for one. We have hills, mountains, forest, plains, swamp, desert, and coast for the Atlas level hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On a 8, I'm just gonna re-roll a 2. So got mountains again, okay. Instead of fill in the whole Atlas level terrain, or hex, excuse me, I'm just gonna similarly fill in the same size of hex patch, or whatever you want to call it. And there are 30 different entries here, which this supplement here uses a D30. Of course, you can tell by the name. And you can get these on Amazon. They come in a whole pack of, I don't know, it's like 13 or 15 dice that are all different sizes, like I think there's a D24, D100, D60. Anyway, you can find it there. And I think these dice are actually used for DCC too, Dungeon Crawl Classics, which I want to pick up soon, I think. Anyway, let's start in the center. I'm just going to keep this off on the side here. Sorry you can't see it, but I got a 14, which, oh look, let me actually, mountains, okay. Result of 14 would make this sub-level hex here a hoodoo tentarok. Okay, that's, I don't know, it's okay. The only thing with this dice, this die, is it doesn't roll very well. I know you can use a combination of like 2 different dice to have the same outcome as a D30, but here, let me get my box here. Okay, I got a 1, which is a bluff. Okay, I'm just gonna roll off screen. You'll have to trust me. 5 is a cave. Another 5. Cave. 14. Hoodoo Tent Rock again, I believe. Yep. 18 is a ledge. 29 is a volcanic crater. 4. Oh, I see. So this will be another cave, but there's a type of cave. This one, number 4, is a limestone. And then these two were 5s, which were talus caves. Okay. 2 is a fracture cave. 27 gives us a valley. Another talus cave. 30 is a volcanic vent. It's definitely seeing, a similar vibe as Shadowdark. Another bluff, in terms of, being the same hex type in general, but I think this at least gives you variance with pretty much every hex being a D30 spread. You have a different sub hex type. So like this is a lava dome. Another 6. Cliff there. Is right. It's not landing right there. Okay, 23. I got a ridge. 27 is a valley. 2 is a fracture cave. 28 volcanic cone. So, I'm not, this isn't piquing my interest, at least this what I rolled. I do like the idea of volcano hexes. I mean, not volcano hexes, sorry, mountain hexes. But the randomness in general, I don't know, it's okay. It doesn't mean it's bad, but yeah, I don't know how to color this. Of course it's going to be all red, but since there's a whole lot of variance here with the what's actually inside of these hexes, I kind of wanted to highlight that, but don't think that'll be too easy. Just scribbles of red there. All right. So what do I think? Yeah, nothing about Shadowdarks except for the danger level. Really, I don't really like this at all. I do like what I got here. We can see, I can imagine this topography here, and I like what I got. There's a magic place, there's cities, other settlement stuff. There's stuff that can be really fleshed out here. There's like a couple dungeons, a couple layers. I like that. And then this I kind of have similar feelings about as what I feel for Shadowdark's generator. Now I think you might get the best of both worlds by combining a few different things. The 3 generators. I don't know how I feel about having an overall Atlas hex. I think the idea is good, and it makes for a more believable, I guess, structure of terrain, given that with each sub-level hex, you're going to have something different. I like that, but I think what Sandbox Generator is missing, first of all, is the 2-mile hexes. I think should be 6-mile hexes. I already mentioned that. But these don't have danger levels in here, and I think that would make it a lot more interesting. So I would probably combine the table for danger into the Sandbox Generator. And who knows, it might already have something in there buried in the tables for danger level. But yeah, I'm very happy with what the Sandbox Generator, this guy produced. Yeah, so there's a comparison that no one asked for, but I thought it would be interesting. And I think going into the future, I'm definitely going to play more solo games on the channel, but also do a few more comparisons like this. I want to compare some dungeon generators. I'll probably use Shadowdark again and Sandbox Generator. I think there's a D30 dungeon generator, or it's called like D30 DM companion or something like that, that has dungeons in it. Also, I did not mention this guy, the Tome of Adventure design. I've tried to use it before, but it is, there's a lot going on. And I think it's just, how my brain works, where this is just a little too much for me. I have come up with some cool things with this. Like I think there was like a demigod table or demigod generator or something like that I got something cool out of. But yeah, that's a little much. Might might actually look to replace that with something else. Actually, I have other things, but anyway, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what I'm doing, thanks for watching. Give me a like and subscribe or whatever. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.